If you would, please hold your conversations till after the meeting. Before we get started, as we normally do, we have with us today Pastor Seth Davidson. Pastor, if you would, please come forward and lead us in the invocation, and Commissioner McCann, if you would, the pledges.
We begin in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, we pray. Blessed Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, I thank you so much for this opportunity to gather together. I ask that you would pour out your hand of wisdom on these leaders in our community to continue to make decisions that are pleasing in your sight. Walk with us with grace, mercy, and peace in all things. Allow the decisions to be made to be pleasing, to continue to guide our community forward in productive ways as you see.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Oh, thank you, Pastor. All right. Well, we do have a quorum, and so this meeting will come to order at 9:01. And first item, as always, is citizens' comments. Do we have any citizens' comments?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, moving on. Item 1 is consider and take action on minutes from previously held meeting of Commissioners Court on April 27th, 2021. Are there any additions, deletions, or comments?
Hearing none, Judge, I move we approve the minutes for the previously held Commissioners Court meeting on April 27th, 2021 as presented.
I'll second his motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley, second by Commissioner Spivey to approve the minutes of April the 27th, 2021 as presented. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Item number 2 is consider and take action on refund requests for overpayment of taxes from the Henderson County Tax Assessor Collector. Good morning.
Good morning. I have 2 refund checks totaling $6,071.69. One is due to a 100% disabled veteran exemption, and the other for overpayment.
Questions from the court?
The overpayment was, they paid it twice?
No, they were actually behind 1 year, so they sent in 2019, 2020, and then they also added on 2021, which of course, you can't pay yet. They're not out yet.
Well, we thank them for their... Any other questions or comments? Just one real quick, when you, the other one is disabled?
Yes, sir, 100%.
100% disabled? And these can come on at any time?
Yes.
So any time throughout the year, we may get one of these classification changes that prompts one of these payouts, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Any other comments? Entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner McCann, second by Commissioner Richardson, to approve the refund request for overpayment of taxes from the Henderson County Tax Assessor Collector. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously.
Thank you.
Item number 3, consider and take action to accept the award for the fiscal year 2021 tobacco settlement. Ms. Brown.
Yes. Our award for the fiscal year 2021 for the tobacco settlement is $179,200.39. Our reimbursements are based on the amount reported for unreimbursed healthcare expenditures. For the 21 reporting, we report 2020 data, which we reported about $9.8 million worth of expenses, which has been from 2020, 2019, and 2018 around about the same, as well as our award is about the same.
Questions for Ms. Brown? I believe this is coming in on about 25 years now since the tobacco settlement. Mr. County Attorney, you remember? Mid to late 90s, 96, 97?
It's earlier than that,
Was it?
yeah.
I knew it was somewhere in there before 99 because the county received almost $1 million in an initial
I think it's right more on 93 or 94.
93 or 94, and was actually the outgrowth, as if anyone remembers, of a joint action lawsuit, I'm going to call it that instead of a class action, against the tobacco industry that was actually meant to help recoup many of the expenses caused by tobacco use over the number of years, which has been a great tool for local governments to use and to be a part of, as we see here, given that the expenditures in 2020, now there's 9.8 million, is that correct? That is used in, what is it called, uncompensated expenses?
Yes, so that is made up of unreimbursed from healthcare services, jail care services, medical transportation, and indigent healthcare expenses from incurred by UT Health.
And we have been running between $150,000 and almost $200,000 a year as revenue coming from and as a part of the tobacco settlement.
Yes.
Okay. Questions, comments? Well, one thing I will add, there's currently a Senate Bill 1827 that, if passed, will prevent the county from ever being involved in any of these type of actions. It's of great concern to myself, given you see the long history of how these type of things have assisted Henderson County. Senate Bill 1827 would prevent the county being able to enjoin in these types, such as, last week we did the opioid litigation. So the state of Texas is trying to cut local government out of this type and funnel those revenues straight to them, which I hope folks out there see the benefit of what we've been able to do here and can see how important local government is even in these issues. I won't stray too far because the county attorney will throw rocks at me. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, entertain a motion on acceptance of the 2021 tobacco settlement.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the award for the fiscal year 2021 tobacco settlement for $179,200.39.
I'll second his motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner Spivey, to approve the acceptance of the tobacco settlement reimbursement in the amount of $279,200.39. All those in favor of the motion? Passes unanimously. Thank you, Ms. Brown. Item number 4, consider and take action on appointing an elections administrator for Henderson County. Court, as you know, we have been in the process now for several weeks, some would even say months, of finding a replacement for our previous elections administrator. The elections committee or commission made up of myself, Miss Mary Margaret Wright, Miss Peggy Goodall, our Republican chair, Mr. Dan Hunt, and our Democratic chair, Ms. Kelly Townsend, have had 3 or 4 meetings where we took applications, where we did interviews. We even made recommendation to the court a couple, 3 weeks ago on placing Mrs. Jessica Rodriguez as our interim elections administrator. And after having, what we had scheduled was 6 interviews, of which we had 2 actually show up due for various reasons. We have come to a decision and took action of nominating up to the court and offering up Mrs. Jessica Rodriguez, who is our interim, to be our actual elections administrator. We do have with us Mr. Dan Hunt in the audience and Mary Margaret. If any of y'all would like to speak to what I have said here and what our feeling is on Ms. Rodriguez, please come forward.
I'm Daniel Hunt. I'm the chairman of the Henderson County Republican Party. I can tell you, working with Jessica over the last couple of years on the elections has been a pleasure. She knows what she's doing. She is very qualified for the job, and I absolutely highly recommend her.
We just had an election this weekend. How did everything go?
Everything went really good. Smooth.
Ms. Rodriguez, please come forward to the podium.
Everything went really smooth. No problems. I think the one thing that we had the most was workers canceling last minute because of COVID. They didn't want to expose themselves, but that was about it. Everything went smooth. Result night went smooth. No hiccups, no nothing.
How many polling places did you have?
We had 5 for early voting and 6 for election day.
Those, the May elections are notoriously
Those elections.
6.6. In 6.6% of the eligible voters, you have to remember, not the entire county
Right.
was voting, so it was a 33,000,
A little above 33,000.
a little above 33,000,
Yes,
and
sir.
6.6 came out. All right.
I noticed one of the elections was only decided by 5 votes.
Yes.
So
Yes,
vote counts.
there was one that was
Very close.
very close. Just goes to prove how important elections are and how the impact of those can be felt, and how that this position is very important on many scales, not just involving Henderson County, but the ISDs, cities, ESDs, the list goes on and on. Are there any questions or comments? The committee believes that Ms. Rodriguez will do the county a fine job, and want to publicly thank her for her service in this time that we have been looking for a replacement for Ms. Hernandez.
Does the court have to take any kind of action, or does the committee have the power to act?
By statute, the committee has the authority to hire and fire an elections administrator. But we have done this one time before in the history of Henderson County, and staying with that tradition of back in 2008 was that our elections administrator was presented to the court and was bringing it forth as a, yes, she is the election administrator, but would really desire and wish for the blessing of the Commissioner's Court on this hire. Happy to answer any questions. Ms. Rodriguez, thank you for
Thank you for stepping
for
up.
putting yourself forward. We really appreciate it. See? No? We good?
Do we have everybody in our election administration office? Is it fully employed, everybody?
With me moving up, there's going to be a assistant position open.
And that's all we've got open?
Well, it's going to be a fun year coming on with delayed in the census data coming out, which will more than likely push next year's elections back. So, and on top of that, we have redistricting, which is always fun, involving the moving of the representative lines. So, if there's no further comments, we'll entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion to approve Jessica L. Rodriguez as the Elections Administrator for Henderson County.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner McCam, second by Commissioner Tooley, to approve the appointment of Ms. Jessica Rodriguez as Elections Administrator for Henderson County. All those in favor? Item passes unanimously. Thank you very much. And
Thank you all so much.
congratulations. And I do want to thank the Elections Committee for their effort. Recycled asphalt product to be hauled in by 4M Truck, Trailer, and Equipment, LLC, and picked up by Boyce & Sons Asphalt, giving 30 days for completion. All overage will be donated to Henderson County. Commissioner Richardson, this is an item that you requested to be put on?
Yes, sir. Yes, Court. I was approached and also was hired Callaway out at the Henderson County Fairground. There's a road, it's a dead end, it's in Precinct 4, and you turn from one road onto another, and it's a hard left turn. There's no way a trailer truck can make this turn to haul in this material that they're doing a private drive down to the dam area of Lake Athens on the backside that the some of the property that Lake Athens Lake Authority had sold, and they're building some homes in there. And so they're wanting to haul this material in trailer trucks and stockpile it at the fairground, and then the asphalt company that's doing this pick it up and doodle bug it to the location without bringing the trailer trucks down the county road and not being able to get in there, maneuver around. And they're saying that they will leave any overage to the county that's left over on the job that's hauled in, and they'll be liable for fixing any repairs or anything that they mess up on the roadway or anything at the fairgrounds.
Okay. Questions for the commissioner? It appears that...
I got it.
Oh, go ahead.
I got a question for Howard. Do you see any problem with doing this? That's
No,
fairground?
probably not. As long as I have a little control over specifying the direction that they go, not tearing up the whole thing. That we got one out of 317.
Commissioner, is this is a way to help prevent damage on the
Yeah.
county road that's...
A little less. I'm sure this road is not in the best of shape anyway, getting down to that area. And we've had some problems with gopher run fall-ins from heavy trucks and stuff. There's a lot of construction going on in that area. And I told them that when they done this, they needed to keep their speed down, and any issues that come up on the road, that I got an instant notification on it, that we can take care of it without anybody calling complaining about the truck traffic and stuff. But that's the only way in to get to these areas and stuff, and down these county roads, if it's a dead end.
Mr. County Attorney, you have any input?
I don't have any input. I visited with Commissioner Richardson about it and don't have any issues. Just wanted to bring it through court.
Okay.
And we're giving them 30 days to do this, which I think is going to be a lot quicker than that. But give them an allowance of 30 days to be in and out. So I think they're going to haul it off as soon as it's brought in. It's more of a relay type deal. So.
Okay. Any other questions? The agreement. Have that. Who's under whose authority to sign? Do we have? Is there agreement?
I did have an agreement.
Just bringing it
to the
as,
board.
okay, as the minutes. Okay, that'll work. Entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion for 4M Truck and Trailer and Equipment, LLC, to haul wrap material to Henderson County property located at the fairgrounds and picked up by Boyce & Son Asphalt, given 30 days for completion, and all overage will be donated to Henderson County.
I'll second that motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner McCam. To approve the use of Henderson County property for a stockpile relay site with asphalt product hauled in by 4M Truck and Trailer Equipment LLC and picked up by Boyce & Sons Asphalt at the fairgrounds. You have the rest of that. All those in favor? Item passes unanimously. Item 6 is a public hearing on posting a regulation of no-through truck route on Waverly Way located in Precinct 4. And before we vote to move into into a public hearing, I wish to remind everyone this is the opportunity for the public to speak on this particular item. It is time for us to hear from you of what your thoughts are. You will be allowed 3 minutes to speak. We ask that you give your name and address for the record. And if you have any questions, please understand that any of those type of questions will only be answered during the following item of number 7, that this is a time for the public to speak. So may we have a motion to move into public hearing?
I move that we make a motion to move into public hearing.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner Spivey, to move into public hearing at 9:22 a.m. Is there anyone wishing to speak to the issue of regulating a no-through truck route on Waverly Way located in Precinct 4? We'll make a call again. Is anyone wishing to speak in this matter? As it appears we have no one wishing to speak, may we have a motion to close public hearing?
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner McCann, to close public hearing at 9:23. All those in favor? Item passes. Item number 7, consider and take action to set a no-through truck route on Waverly Way located in Precinct 4. Commissioner Richardson?
Yes, Court. Waverly Way is located south of Athens off Highway 19 between South 19 and County Road 4628. Recently, there's a concrete plant that has come into existence on 4628 at the end. And Waverly Way is a residential area. It's curb and gutter street, about 30 foot wide. Repaved about 2 years ago, and they're proud of it. And these trucks, they're coming down, instead of going out to the loop, they're making a left-hand turn on Waverly Way to go out to 19 because it's easier to pull out from the traffic. And like I say, this is a residential street, and constituents are concerned about the heavy truck traffic. It's going to tear the road up, and it's also dangerous for those trucks. There's kids, kids aren't supposed to play in the road, but that's what happens, So, and they're not driving at safe speeds and stuff. So they came to me about putting an ordinance out of this be a no-through truck road.
Questions for the Commissioner? I believe this is the second or third.
Third, I think Precinct 2 also has done one.
Commissioner, did do one in Precinct 2 as well?
Yes, sir, on County Road 2938, north and south.
Okay. Any questions or comments? Entertain a motion.
Judge, I'd like to make a motion to set no-through truck ordinance on Waverly Way located in Precinct 4.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner Spivey, to set a no-through trucks ordinance on Waverly Way located in Precinct 4. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Item number 8 is receive financial reports, and we have none of those for today. And item 9 is consider and take action on payroll distributions and accounts cash sheets. And I believe we have Mr. Bynum with us.
Yes, Court. This morning I have the payroll distribution total for bi-weekly number 9. I need to see if I can get court approval on, please, sir.
Okay. Questions for Mr. Bynum? Hearing none, entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Spivey, second by Commissioner Tooley, to approve the payroll disbursement totals for bi-weekly number 9. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes.
Thank you, Court.
Thank you. Item 10, consider and take action on submitted contracts. And it looks like we have a couple of those today.
Good morning. You want to do the Erickson one, Commissioner?
Doesn't matter.
We'll do the first one. Where it's a sales agreement with Precinct 2 Commissioner with the Erickson trucks and parts. It is, like I said, a sales agreement for a belt floor trailer. It's a used trailer, a 2001. And because it is an out-of-state sale, we wanted to bring it to court and get authorization from the court prior to procuring it.
Commissioner?
Yes, Judge. After visiting with Jennifer, and she saw the need that we needed to send it to Clint, and our county attorney has looked it over, and also going to be able to we're going to be able to use this trailer out on the road also, but inside the yard it will be able to take another piece of equipment out to save it, and we've only found one like this, one trailer like this, but it is a I don't know if we attached a picture of it. But anyway, it's kind of like a belly dump, but it has a flow buoy that has a belt underneath it that will be able to disperse our wrap or oil or sand into a hopper, and then it'll also help us out on the road with our laydown machine to dump it in the front end of the laydown machine. So this is a oh, good, thank you. Once if this is approved, they will be sending us a 360 video of showing us how it's worked and that all parts are working on it. And then they will, once they've received payment, they will schedule the time. I hope to maybe have it by Friday.
Questions for the Commissioner?
And this is a piece of equipment that'll assist with the pug mill?
Yes, sir. And also we'll be able to use it out on the road as another kind of like a belly dump that we're using right now.
Any other questions or comments?
What piece of equipment is it going to be able to replace?
It will be replacing the shaker that we sift our sand with right now, and that piece of equipment when we bought it was around $130,000 or $140,000. So it's
and it's not really necessary to use during this process, so it'll save the life on it.
Yes.
Any other comments, questions? If there are none, entertain a motion.
Does it need mine or yours? Judge, I move we approve the sales contract with Erickson's Truck and Parts for a 2001 Wabash 43-foot belt floor trailer with the Commissioner's authorization to sign.
I'll second that motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley, second by Commissioner McCam to approve the agreement with Erickson Trucks for the purchase of a 2001
Wabash
Flowboy with the Commissioner's authorization to sign.
One thing I will say is Erickson, this trailer is coming out of Minnesota, but Erickson does have a dealership in Palestine. So we'll be able to discuss with them.
Any further comments? All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously.
Thanks,
Yes,
Court.
ma'am.
The second one is a contract through Texas Smart Buy for our postage meter machines. This will also include, excuse me, our certified mail. This contract is close to, it's a very minimal increase of what we've paid for the last 5 years. It will replace the two mail machines, the one here at this facility and the one at the courthouse, which manages the mail at all of the Athens campuses. And with the new certified mail program that they have, we will save approximately $1.10 per piece of mail. So that is definitely going to create a huge savings. The one difference is we will have to purchase the envelopes only for the certified mail through Quadient, the company, as opposed to just through our regular office supply vendors. But again, that will only be for those certified mail pieces. Regular mail, we can still get those envelopes through our regular office supply vendors, and those things will be the same. The ink for the machines, the labels for packaging will still have the weigh. It'll automatically weigh, it'll automatically send them through, seal the envelopes, all those things. It'll still have similar functions. It's just the machines that we've had for so long, they no longer have updates. They are having hard times finding parts to fix them when they break. So we have utilized these machines to the complete and fullest extent of their lives. So we are pretty much don't have any choice but to upgrade, and this has been the best deal that we've been able to find at this point.
Questions?
The only question I have is on page 26. They've got a date of 2017. Is that?
That is the original contract that was made between Quadient and the state of Texas. So that's what that is.
Okay.
How many years is the contract?
5 years, 60 months.
A 31-page document to
Yeah.
get postage machines.
Yes, sir.
Well, years and years ago, when we went to these postage machines, we actually saw a significant savings in our mail. So, yes, 31 pages, but it is well worth the effort that we go through this. Are any signatures required?
Yes, sir. On the, it is for the e-certified programs, and but they will be for the judge's signature.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion with the judge's signature.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner McCam, second by Commissioner Tooling to approve the contract agreement with Neopost with the judge's authorization to sign. All those in favor? Item passes. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Item 11, consider and take action on requests for right-of-way permits, and I believe we have 2 of them. Commissioner?
Yes, I have 2 of them. They're both on the same piece of property. I believe there's family members that are going to put houses on each side of this property. But anyway, it's Bethel Ash Water Supply Company It's a bore under 9143 County Road 3817 for a private-to-private water supply.
And the other one
And
is?
the other one is just on the same property, but at 9401 County Road 3817. And it's the same thing, a bore under 100 feet total from private to private.
Questions for the commissioner? Hearing none, entertain a motion.
I'd like to make the motion that we accept the proposed utility line activity for Bethel Ash Water Supply Company to bore under 9143 County Road 3817 and 9401 County Road 3817.
I'll second his motion.
Motion made by Commissioner McCam, second by Commissioner Spivey, to approve the right-of-way agreement for the two bores under County Road 3817 with the Bethel Ash Water Supply Corporation with the Commissioner's authorization to sign. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes. Item 12, consider and take action on submitted budget amendments. Ms. Lee?
I do have those for the court today. Please notice I did allocate the first quarter miscellaneous income for the road and bridge department. It was pretty minimal this year.
Questions for Ms. Lee? Hearing no questions, we'll entertain a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Spivey, second by Commissioner Richardson, to approve the budget amendments as presented. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes. Item 13, consider and take action on payment of bills.
Yes, Judge, court, this morning I have two sets of bills I need approval. The first one is a special run on the state fees. The last quarter we paid, the check request that I got was shorted for what was supposed to be sent to the state. So the check I cut was for an incorrect amount. So this is just cleaning up that account for what they sent, and it's $11,191.50.
So they caught us, huh? Is that what you're saying? Questions concerning this set of bills? Hearing none, entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to payment of state fund fees for $11,191.50.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner McCam, to approve the bills on the state fund, on the state fees of $11,191.50. All those in favor? Item passes.
And yes, this week the bill total is $161,438.74.
Commissioner Spivey, questions?
I have no questions, Judge.
Commissioner Tooley?
Yes, I do, Judge. Underneath Precinct 2, thank you, Commissioner Richardson, for saving some Precinct 2 money, but underneath Precinct 2, it's LA Tire Disposal. There is 4 charges there that needs to be moved underneath sanitary, whatever we have that deal.
Sanitation.
Sanitation Department.
641, is that sanitation 641?
Yeah, 641.
Yeah.
You already got it on there.
Okay. Just handle his journal entry. Okay.
That's all I have, Judge.
Okay. Commissioner McCam?
I don't have any other questions.
Commissioner Richardson?
No question, Judge.
Entertain a motion.
I'd like to make the motion to accept the 2021 bills of $161,338.74.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Spivey, second by Commissioner Richardson, to approve the bills in the amount of $161,338.74. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 14 is consider and take action on submitted plats, which we have none.
Plats.
And item 15 is open and consider bids. And I believe we have a couple of, just one item.
Yes, Court, would like to discuss and possibly award the 2021 tire rebid. We received 6 responses, 2 out of Tyler. One, their main office is in Fort Worth, but they will ship to wherever we need them to, and 3 in Athens.
Discussion?
This is for 21 and 22, correct?
Yes, ma'am. It'll go all the way through December 20.
Court, what are your thoughts? I would say.
Just with the nature of tire buying and most of us wanting to buy something that, from somebody fairly close to our precincts, and then also get the cheapest one also if we can, if we have the leisure of time to get that. Can we accept all these bids?
I will refer to our esteemed county attorney. Question being is that we have the option of awarding to all bidders, I believe, correct? And I believe that is what the commissioner is offering up, so that we have the maximum flexibility given on meeting all of the possible circumstances. One stop, hold.
Is the one in Fort Worth, do they have a store here locally, or do they deliver from Fort Worth, or?
They will ship to wherever we ask them to.
We've had them as a vendor a time or two in the past.
Yes.
I've come up on times when we've had a tractor flat on a mow tractor on the side of the road sitting there that you can't move, and a lot of times when you got this many vendors, at least one of them usually keeps one in stock for that day, where you can get it that day instead of having to order it. So that makes it good at having multiple vendors.
Well, I do know that through the purchasing department, they assist the other departments when they're procuring these items of helping trying to find the best value as well, even though we'll have multiple choices being guided by that best value.
Just a little work on our end, we select 6 of them, but we understand.
Yeah, and if you have a piece of equipment, or, we have a fleet vehicle sitting on the side of the road somewhere, obviously that's a situation where something needs to be remedied right away, which would fall under more of an emergency response type thing, as opposed to, your tread's wearing thin and, we need to look at getting a set of tires here pretty quickly. So, repairs and emergency fixes are a little bit different of a situation.
And it's harder sometimes on these tires also, because some of these companies we use for car tires, but they don't do tractor tires.
Exactly.
And then the other company will have the tires for our maintainers or our backhoes, but they won't have car tires. So, I mean, it's hard to go with just one company because they don't offer all the tires that we have to have.
Right. And they may be the better value on a piece of equipment tire, but not necessarily
Exactly.
on
On a car tire.
on
or
a car
truck
tire.
And then, you know, some of them are just the regular tires and some of them are retread tires and, you know, there's all different bids and some of them don't even do retreads, so it's hard to go with just one.
Was this in an Excel format?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What's the pleasure of the court? We wish to move forward with an award or a table or?
I'd like to make a motion to award all bids.
I'll second his motion.
Motion made by Commissioner McCam, second by Commissioner Spivey, to award to all vendors that submitted for the fiscal year 2021 tire rebid. One quick question.
Yes,
This
sir.
is good for 1 year or 2 years?
It's good through December 2022.
2022.
Yes, so it's a little over a year and a half.
Okay.
We're available to go through the Texas Buy Board also too, if they find a cheaper price through Texas Buy Board for the bidding. Can we
If
still-
need be, yes,
If need
sir.
be, if we did, okay,
Through the state contract.
state contract.
Any other comments? All those in favor of the motion? Item passes. Thank you, ma'am. Item 16.
Whoa, hang on just a second. Are we not talking about the haul and transport services?
Yes, Commissioner Tooley had come to me, and I'm sorry, I apologize.
That's all right.
I had forgot about that. Had come to me and wanted to put together a bid for hauling services for road materials. And I needed to see if I could get input from the court to find out the best way to put together the specifications for that type of bid so that I can get the responses needed to ensure that we cover all of the types of services and all of the types of trucks and everything that we would need to fill all of the needs for every precinct in every type situation. For different types of materials, different types of hauls, short runs, long hauls like to, further trips, outside of Henderson County or, shorter runs just, from within Henderson County from a yard, one of the precinct yards to a job site, those types of scenarios. I'm not, really familiar exactly with how y'all do things at each precinct and what y'all's needs are. So I just need to get a little feedback on exactly what y'all need from me to be able to put out a good bid spec to get y'all what you're needing.
So Court, I asked Ms. Nicholson to bring this so we could recycled asphalt product is coming from Dallas, Carrollton area, and we have hauled about 1,100 tons here to our precinct and made our first co-mix, and it worked great yesterday and and another product another cold mix that we made, it's turned out pretty good too. So hauling in this recycled asphalt is gonna get us over. But I wanted to make sure that when we do the hauling bid is if local haulers, I mean, we have a couple of people locally that do some hauling to job sites and everything. So it's kind of I really don't know how to put it together, but the trucking industry says they need a point A to point B, or a point A to point B back to point A of where to take this. And then if we have a local hauler that can help us haul it out to a different area that we have in Precinct 2, I really don't know how to put the bid together. There's so many things, but they're hauling belly dumps out of that we have a bid with right now of big cities in Dallas that we have a recycled asphalt bid with. And so we're needing trucking. They don't have a trucking place for big cities. So we're needing to put this together. I mean, I have some local haulers that haul 12 yards and another one that hauls 12 yards he can haul a 12-yard our belly dump. But he helps us locally every day. And they charge by the hour. So it's kind of, I wanted to make sure that if y'all had local haulers that we didn't leave them out. There's gonna have to be 3 or 4 different specifications of how we put this bid together by the hour, by the ton. The trucking company that we used charged by the ton this first time, and they'll continue to do that. But in our bidding, we need to do kind of an hour by 8 hours a day, or by the hour, and then have one by the ton. So
we have in our bid sheet deliveries, hauling fees on pea gravel, iron ore, base rock. We just hadn't ever ran into the instance where any of us needed to haul recycled asphalt, because most of us use our allotment that we get from the state, and we go get that ourselves. But he's getting a different time for this product that he's making in the pug mill. So we got to get a bid for somebody to haul route for us. We got bids on everything else, but we just didn't put one down for route, because none of us ever used a hauler for route. And then also, this is a question, with those guys that just work in our yards that haul for us from yard to job site, sometimes when we need more trucks, would they fall in this same category? Clint?
We have a situation where there is of course, the procurement requirement of $50,000 cap if you go over that. We never really ran into the issue previously due to we were local hauling. Now that we're having to reach out and truck further, coming from the Dallas-Fort Worth area, we are in danger of exceeding that $50,000 in procurement law for trucking. So what is trying to be decided upon is what's the best way to approach being in compliance with procurement law.
And I think the answer to your question depends on how it was bid out. I mean, conceivably, you could have them covered where they could do this, but just from what I've heard, they're probably not.
Right. I mean, we do have the different types of materials that the precincts use, and
It's very specific on where it's hauled from and things like that.
Yeah, only certain quarries have the bids on those.
right. And I mean, the vendors respond, and we have where they can bid on how much it is to deliver that particular type of material, how much it is, to deliver it to each one of the precincts. They can either bid or not bid. And so our problem is we have this particular material, that vendor did not bid that particular type material. we don't have many vendors that bid on delivery. So we need to put together a bid specifically for hauling material.
I think we just need to put out a bid that says haul material, hauling fees from big city to each precinct for recycled asphalt.
Well, if we do it specifically for that vendor, if for some reason big city shuts down or they run out of material and so we go to a different vendor for that material, we don't have a bid.
Take for instance on Texas bid, I think they charge us $6.50 a ton delivery price per ton. But I've heard they've only got 5 trucks now, so we can't ever get trucks from Texas bid on that delivery fee. So it may be an instance where we want to haul oil sand or something from Texas bid and need outside trucks to come in and haul it for us.
Can we offer up something of a in-county and out-of-county category? Or an out-of-county trekking bid?
And I think you can do both. I think you can get a bid specifically for big city and then still do a blanket where you have it both locked in, where if the different scenario came up for some reason and big city didn't have it, big city's been around a while now, and it's the one to go to for that type of material, but you can include both, just one to do general hauling and here's what our hauling fee is regardless of where we're going and where we're going, where point A and point B is, and you always have that as a backup bid, but then you can also do one specific to big city.
And I think most of them set it up per ton, but they've got a formula that they use for the mile. So it can be bid on mileage formula per ton.
Okay. Well, we do need to come up with something so that we're in compliance with procurement statutes. And sooner than later, I believe, is kind of what the impetus of all this is.
Yes, sir.
Due to road building season is
Yes.
going to be upon us rather quickly. So, need to try to get this information compiled during this week.
Well, and what I explained to Commissioner Tooley, I think because of the fact that we are working on this and moving forward, I don't think that because we don't have an actual bid in place, we'll stop it, put it out, will cover the procurement laws as long as, we don't wait 6 months to get it done.
You agree with that?
As long as we're working diligently to make it happen, I think we're good to go.
Okay.
And then the other question too, these guys that are just working for the precinct, do we need to put out a bid for them? Every now and then when we're working on the road, we got 4 trucks, we need 6. Everybody's working on the road, so we can't get one from another precinct, so we got 2 guys there in town that haul, that have trucks, and we'll hire them to come in and haul for us. Does that fall under the same hauling fee?
Probably does. Yeah.
Probably does. They need to be by the hour.
Right.
Most of those guys charge by the hour. They don't charge by the tonnage.
So
we need to figure out in the bid is to do a precinct to work site hauling by the hour. And then we need to do an in-county hauling fee and an out-of-county hauling fee. And most of them know where they're getting this material anyway. It's only coming from 4 or 5 quarries. They know they're coming from big city or the other ones where they come from.
So Clint, let me ask you this. Let's just say that we're going, and I'm gonna just throw it out there, out of county. It's a whole lot closer to go to Palestine than it is to big cities. If we say out of county, and they bid a price, but they don't know where they're going to, Do we have to, because I believe it, do we have to do that? Tell them where we're going to haul from? Because I believe in a previous trucking bid that we had, it was like something that said that they were hauling from a quarry. If you were hauled from a rock quarry, or however you say that word, that's how the bidders bid. So if we just leave it broad perspective of outside the county, then.
But I assume on those bids, they're not bidding by the ton, they're bidding by the mile. Is that correct?
Yeah, because it's a different price for each precinct, because, you know, each one of them are different mileage
No,
from.
I don't think you necessarily would have to tell them. Again, you could have a long discussion about whether or not you'd be better off telling them, you know, where you are, and because sometimes you're going to get a better bid. But just in my opinion, but no, I don't think you do, because they're bidding it by the mile. Doesn't matter if it's Palestine, big city, or coming out of Arkansas. It's whatever, how many miles it is. Where it matters is, we know there's facilities that drivers like to get in and out of, and it's probably a lot easier to get in and out of Palestine and Henderson County than it is big city.
Yeah.
And get through the DOT regulations of the Metroplex that they all get nailed for up there, things like that that come up, which is where it's going to matter. But
Does that give you enough to start with to bring us something? No?
We just need a hauling fee on all material. Because just like he said, if he needs asphalt or coal mix or whatever hauled in, Texas bid probably not going to be able to haul it in because they don't have enough trucks. So we need a hauling fee, which some of them already have on our bid sheet. But we really didn't ask for that. But
Right.
we need a hauling fee on all our materials.
Okay, so the type of material will affect it. True.
Yeah.
And what about the type of apparatus they're utilizing? I mean, is it going to be different if it's a dump truck as opposed to a belly dump or a end dump? I mean, I don't know. So
These are the kind of questions that we do need to get answered this week so that we can proceed. Continuing to question after question in court may be
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
All of that.
I mean, I don't know what, to get the information from all these guys, I don't know what I can ask outside of court and what I can't. So that's the reason why we decided in court to bring up.
Well, if we, given the complexity of it, because of the continual question, we may need to schedule a workshop if you want everybody sitting at one time.
I mean, it doesn't.
I think you're fine to seek information from each commissioner individually, as long as the commissioners are not collaborating behind the scenes and you aren't going to each commissioner polling them on any. I mean, if you need information, you're free to ask them whatever questions you have for information, and it's not an issue that.
Never had an issue in the past.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Jennifer.
Thank y'all.
We want to check and see if there's something on the list, or we're not the only county that's done hauling to it. We can't see how other counties have addressed it.
Thank you.
Item 16, consider and take action to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley, second by Commissioner Spivey to adjourn. All those in favor? Item passes. Thank you all very much for being